much of a sauna guy. I don't think I've ever really like sauna'd.
You've never sauna'd?
I've been in a sauna,
but
I've never like more to like, oh, this is the sauna, you know? Like when I go to a hotel and they have a sauna, I'll walk in for a couple minutes and be like, oh, this is a sauna? Cool, it's kind of hot in here.
Yeah.
Hey,
and welcome to Snackdown. I'm Justin, and this is Andy.
Hey, welcome.
Okay, here we go.
Hope you've picked the pickles out of your teeth.
Do pickles get stuck in? Kimchi, definitely.
Kimchi, yeah. Kimchi would get stuck in your teeth.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a dip into the margarita world.
Yeah. And like, yeah.
Andy was like, how have you not done the margaritas yet? And I was like, I don't know. And that's how the conversation went.
We have really good conversation.
Yeah.
We, so do you ever make margaritas at home or no?
No. I don't think I've ever made myself a real margarita. And when I go to like someone's house, they usually have a margarita mix, you know, that you just kind of like mix with tequila.
Yeah.
And so it's not a margarita from scratch. I have had margaritas at a restaurant, and I'm assuming they do it from scratch, but who knows?
I would hope so.
Yeah, you would hope so.
I mean, it's way cheaper, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be way cheaper doing it from scratch.
Because you already have like limes and other things.
A lot of cocktails just have limes. So I'm sure bars just like go through limes like crazy.
I know. I keep having to buy lime juice because I keep running out. And I'm like, why am I going through lime juice so quickly? I never used to use lime juice. Cocktails.
Yeah. It's a good easy, like it's sweet, it's sour, it's citrusy, it balances out lots of liquors. So
yeah, and I think I learned from us doing so many cocktails that lime juice is a very consistent ingredient in a lot of them.
Yeah. So let's get into it.
Yeah,
let's just try it and we'll talk a little bit about it.
We've got a big margarita glass here. The rim is salted.
Yes, a little sea salt. So let's try it and you tell me what you think. I didn't even taste it yet, so hopefully my whatever.
Let's just go for it. That's good. Salt.
Salt. I would say so much of it depends on really good limes. Sometimes the limes are just too tart. They're not ripe enough, you know? I would say that these are they're not totally unripe, but I don't know. I feel like they could have been a little more ripe.
It's good though. It's got I like lime because it has a fruity taste, but it's not like a sweetness. It's more like a tart, citrusy taste, but it's not like too fruity of a drink.
Mm-hmm. So second sip, tastes a little better.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
It's really good. And anytime I have a drink that uses tequila, on the nose, all I can smell is like tequila. I don't really taste too much of the tequila on the tongue. So what is in this, Andy? All
right, so this is tequila. Tequila Reposado, 2 ounces of that, 1 ounce of triple sec, 1 lime, a generous squirt of agave syrup, and that's it.
So agave syrup would be kind of like a simple syrup?
Like a simple syrup, but agave.
So I'm just thinking, so I've been drinking gimlets lately.
Yeah.
And a gimlet is simple syrup, lime, and gin. Mm-hmm. So margarita is simple syrup, kind of, lime, tequila.
It's the gimlet of Mexico.
Yeah, it reminds me in flavor of a gimlet other than the taste of the gin.
Mm-hmm. The juniper berry.
Juniper berry, yeah.
Now, you were going to say allspice, weren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, the juniper berry.
I mean, so when I look at like the classic margarita recipe, so the classic margarita recipe has most of those things in there besides the agave syrup.
Mm-hmm. I didn't know triple sec was a normal ingredient.
Yeah, to my knowledge.
Because I don't...
Now you got me...
Well, I don't taste orange in it. You know what I mean?
Do you taste orange in it still right now?
No, I don't.
It's just like a little balance,
yeah,
right?
That's why I don't think I ever even knew it was an ingredient because I've never really... I always associate a standard margarita with a lime.
Most of the recipes will say, or a couple of the recipes say add a little bit of, one says superfine sugar, one says a sweetened lime juice. It's like, what the heck is a sweetened lime juice, you know?
It's kind of like using salted butter.
Excuse me? So, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know who's right. It's, I guess we maybe have to take the time machine back to look at the history of the margarita.
And let's hope they're a little more muddled than the Incredible Hulk origins.
Yeah, just kind of let's paint some nice removed history strokes.
That is good. No wonder they have like 2-for-1 margaritas places. They are delicious.
Okay, so according to the International Bartenders Association cocktail, it is 7 parts tequila, 4 parts Cointreau, which is triple sec, and then 3 parts lime juice. So that there's no mention of, extra sugar added,
So the ingredients that you made for this, the recipe that you used,
Yes.
Did it give you a recipe for a single drink or multiple?
Single drink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because whenever I find it hard to find, I feel like a margarita is one of those things that you're making in a jug, and they give you a recipe for 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and I find that also when we were doing the pina colada episode, all the recipes that we were finding were for more than one.
Yeah. Because
that obviously you're not doing 7 parts tequila in one drink.
No,
that'd be a bit. And that one didn't call for agave syrup, right?
Not in the IBA specified ingredients. So the history of it. Did you know what margarita is like translates to in Spanish?
No,
I didn't either. But it's daisy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't even think of that at all.
No, me neither. So from Wikipedia, of course. We go to school in Wikipedia sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's a popular Mexican and American drink, of course. So it was remade with tequila instead of... Oh, okay, hold on. Scratch that.
Rewind?
Rewind. Okay, so according to cocktail historian David Wondrich, the margarita...
David Wondrich.
Of course. Yeah, Dave Dubb.
Professor Wondrich?
Yes, it's doctorate. He got his doctorate. Dr. Wondrich. So according to cocktail historian Dr. David Wondrich... The margarita is merely a popular Mexican and American drink. The Daisy, which is a brandy-based cocktail, but it's remade with tequila instead of brandy. So it became popular during the Prohibition as people drifted over the border for alcohol. Oh, it's got its Prohibition roots. I feel like a lot of drinks have their Prohibition roots.
Yeah.
So there's an account from a 1936 of Iowa newspaper finding such a cocktail in Tijuana years before any of the other margarita creation myths. So in 1937, there was a cocktail book that had a recipe for a picador using the same concentrations of tequila, triple sec, and lime juice as a margarita. Interesting.
So you were saying it's similar to a drink that had brandy as a base?
Yeah, the Daisy.
The Daisy.
Yeah.
So you can make the same drink with brandy?
You can make a Daisy with brandy. 1.5 ounces of brandy, 3/4 ounce of yellow chartreuse, and 3/4 ounce lemon juice. So it's similar. It's not 100%.
What's yellow chartreuse? Or is that what you said?
I'm very happy you asked me that. It's one of those 130 herb plant and flower.
Isn't chartreuse a color?
Yeah.
It's not yellow though.
That's what it looks like. That's what chartreuse looks like. It's green.
Wow, that kind of looks like the drink we had 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, huh? Yesterday.
So we should try that sometime.
The Daisy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
To have a Daisy.
But that's cool. You know what? And there's a bunch of other like creation myths that are going on right down the line of Wikipedia. Don't care for them.
No.
I don't care for them. I'm going to trust the Iowa newspaper. The Iowa Herald.
Because, I mean, I bet if you went into Mexico, South America, they would have their own origins because it probably isn't a lot older drink. But we're basically looking at the origins of the American margarita, which that makes sense. That people would cross the border into Mexico, get some tequila, and kind of have a margarita.
Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that there was a lime and tequila drink before a bunch of white people who were thirsty from the Prohibition popped over and were like, exactly. Oh, you should try it this way.
Yeah, so there's probably, that drink probably has its own history, and it probably had even another name possibly.
Mm-hmm. It might have evolved with a little bit of pizzazz on prohibitionists or people suffering from prohibition, before they imparted on there. But
the American margarita, I would trust the Iowa newspaper.
Would you?
Yeah.
You getting that salt?
Love that salt.
I love salt so much.
See, I think you'd salted the rim well on this one. It's not too salty.
So there's 2 different ways. I'm sure there's a couple different ways for like adding salt to the rim of a margarita glass. The easy way is just using water. So just kind of like dipping the glass in water and then just kind of punching it in for salt. Another way to get like maximum salt adherence is corn syrup. So you can add a little bit of corn syrup to the rim and it just makes it super sticky. You throw that salt on there and it just sticks. It's crazy.
So here's a funny margarita story. Well, it's not really funny.
Is it sad?
Funny. No, so my friends, shout out to my friends Edgar and Alyssa.
What's up, Edgar? What's up, Alyssa?
They're not huge drinkers. I mean, they drink sometimes, some wine and stuff. But for some reason, he came in to acquire a bunch of limes. I don't know if they bought limes, but somehow it
was in his inheritance?
He had... I don't think they went out and specifically bought limes, but he's like, all of a sudden he's like, I have all these limes. We should have like a margarita party because what else are we going to use limes for? So a bunch of us went over. We had margaritas, and it was fun. We made like a big thing of margarita.
Yeah.
I think we had a little bit too much tequila in it. But then we all left. It was great. And then the next day, we realized we didn't use any of the limes.
So it was just straight tequila?
No, we were using like a mix, but we forgot to like actually use the limes, which was the whole purpose of the party.
So there was a margarita mix, and it must have already had like lime juice.
We wanted to like, garnish or like squirt some of the lime juice in.
You guys should have looked up how to make it from scratch.
Yeah.
How long ago was this?
Like last year sometime.
Yeah. You had smartphones and
yeah.
Okay. Sometimes I think of like, I don't know, just like dumb, like not dumb, but like just kind of like a miscalculation or like something where you're like, oh, I should have looked that up. Like
we always joke because we're like, remember you had those limes? So then we had a margarita party and didn't use any of the limes.
How many limes were there?
I guess he had a bunch of limes I didn't know what to do with. So
but
then
like,
he was like,
but how many? We're talking like a sack of limes.
Yeah, a sack. You know, little sacks. Like maybe like 10 limes.
Okay.
Maybe he had 3 limes. I don't know. I never saw the limes.
You were never able to count them.
Yeah.
Or count for them. So that went down pretty smooth.
Oh man, that was delicious.
Yeah.
Ooh-wee.
Yeah? Good?
I liked your blend because I don't like when the mix leans more tequila. I'm not a huge tequila drinker. Sometimes tequila gives me headaches, and I think that's why I kind of like smell the tequila because I don't know, it affects me more. So then I'm like, oh, this is a tequila drink. It's gonna.
You've had like bad
memories with it, so I can kind of smell it.
Yeah.
And I did kind of smell it in this, but I don't taste a ton of tequila. Like it's very well blended. Like I know there's tequila in it, but it leans more to the lime side, I think, and the triple sec side.
Nice.
And I think
but you said you couldn't really taste oranges, so it's just kind of like.
No, I think, but the triple sec kind
citric.
of like makes the lime juice a little mild.
It's like a little bridge.
Yeah. So I think this is a very well blended drink. I think we're getting very good at making cocktails.
Yeah.
I've put in my Bumble profile that I can make a mean cocktail.
Did you?
I'm confident enough.
Did you put that in there?
I did.
That's awesome. Hey, if any lucky listeners out there, if you ever see Justin on a Bumble profile, whatever.
I make a mean cocktail. It says so.
That's it. That's like that's a good tagline. So I think we've also gotten better about making cocktails because I think, especially early on when we've made cocktails, we're like, well, I guess we're just going to drink the rest of that. And like now we're just like, no, we will go back and
we'll fix it.
We will make it better. Yeah. So
I think that started with the Bumbo because we're like,
it did start with the Bumbo.
Doing this.
Yeah. Yeah. And then more recently, the sidecar.
Yep. We fixed the sidecar.
Yep. So,
yeah, I think I'm understanding what makes a drink good.
The balance.
A balance.
Mm-hmm.
Like with cooking, I'm not a very good cook. And I'm not good at cooking things from scratch. Like I can't like just pick out of my head, oh, this spice and this goes well with this and these vegetables and this.
I like go. I don't like remember what things smell like. It sounds, or not all the time. Sometimes I do. But if I've like got something and I can smell and taste what I've got, and I'm trying to figure out what I need to add to it, I'll just literally go down into the spice rack and just start smell stuff.
And you put your little rubber nose extender in there.
No, no. Is that a
I'm
thing?
hunting for a spice.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, your little thing that you wear on your nose.
Oh, the dilator thing.
Yeah. Is there a little rack where you hang that next to the spices?
Nah, that's not.
But yeah, like some people can just go, look in your cabinets, see your spices, see what food you have, and kind of like just cook from scratch. And they can taste something and like, oh, this spice would go well in it. I'm horrible at that. But I think now that we've made a bunch of cocktails and I've just had a bunch of cocktails, I kind of know what's in them. I know how to, we've made different varying amounts of different things. I think I can taste one and be like, oh, this could use a little of this.
We're moving. We're not experts, right?
No.
You can make but you can make a mean cocktail.
I can.
I would say we're moving past infancy of cocktail making.
That's true.
Would you say that?
Mm-hmm. Like I can taste a cocktail that we've made, I think, and say, oh, we put a little bit too much lime juice in, or oh, it could use a little bit more triple sec. Whereas before, when I wasn't used to making cocktails, I think I'd be like, oh, there's something wrong with this, but I can't tell what it is.
Even with stuff like we've never had before, right?
Yeah, even with stuff, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we've had enough cocktails now that we can kind of...
Not like too many, just like enough, right? Like, yeah, let's just...
We've probably made like...
Stop.
20 cocktails at this point.
Oh, okay, that's not that
I'm
much.
saying in like over the past year.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a lot.
No, it doesn't. I think it's probably more than that, actually.
Yeah, it's probably like 50 or more.
Yeah. But that's a lot of cocktails that we've made.
Yeah.
I actually have written down all our cocktails on index cards, and I pull them out and make them time to time. So if anyone wants a past recipe, we'll send it to you.
DM Justin, or DM us.
Yeah, and I'll send you the exact recipe that we use on Snackdown, because there's lots of drink recipes out there. But I have all the exact ones that we use, so if you want to taste something that me and Andy have tasted.
The taste of Snackdown.
Yeah, if you want to live a moment in our shoes...
We don't ever wear shoes while we're doing this.
No, we don't. Socks.
If you want to live a moment in our socks...
Crank the heat up to 90.
What else? That's pretty much
it.
Those are basically it. What would you say? You're getting towards the end of.
Yeah, I'm getting towards the end of my margarita, and that means it's time for the second one. We're gonna do 2 for 1. So I went out with a bunch of coworkers to the distillery, which is on Erie Boulevard.
Yep.
And it was like a 2 for 1 margarita night. And there was like 8 of us. And I think 6 of us got the 2 for 1 margaritas. And they bring both at the same time for some reason. That table was like, there's a picture of it somewhere. There's just margaritas all over the table, like not much table space.
The server's like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Like, you guys are just
not
getting
walking out here
right?
that many times.
Yeah.
Because we'd all be finishing it at different times, which means so many trips.
Were they strong
No, it kind of tasted like one margarita.
overall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what they do, I think. Which is kind of a joke. I
I
mean,
will-
you're getting one. You're just getting more ice and more lime juice and more.
What's your favorite place to get a margarita in the Syracuse area?
I'm very untraveled in my margarita. I'm not a margarita buyer. I've had them before. I went to a place near Albany in, what is that place near Albany?
Saratoga Springs?
Saratoga Springs.
Nice.
So I went to a place in Saratoga Springs near Albany, and there was a margarita that had like, it was like a hot margarita. It had like a cayenne pepper or something like that in there.
Uh-huh.
It was pretty good.
What else was in it? I'm curious.
I feel like it had cinnamon.
Okay, we're not having that. So one of my local places to go to for a margarita, and like this, let me just say that this isn't like the hot new Latino or Mexican or whatever restaurant, like Central American restaurant or Caribbean restaurant for that matter. It's just Papagayo's in Fayetteville.
Really?
Yeah, they make strong margaritas that hit the spot. I think sometimes a good drink is who you're drinking with, and the event, or just kind of like, oh my gosh, we got a night out, like, and going to Papagayo's or something like that. So
maybe that's why our cocktails have been so good too. Company.
Company and listenership.
I make the cocktails on my own after you leave. I'm like, these are trash.
These taste like loneliness.
All I'm tasting is the tears.
But Papagayo's does make they make a good strong margarita.
I'm very rare in my margarita ordering. It's usually like if we're going somewhere specifically, like everyone wants to get margaritas and we go somewhere and there's a sale or something.
It's 2 for 1.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You could go to Papagayo's and get a $9 margarita, which is, it's a cocktail, whatever. It's a strong boy. It's pretty good. So
there's a Margaritaville here, and I hear their margaritas are only mediocre.
Well, it's because it's a Margaritaville.
But the name.
Yeah.
I feel like you should be good at one thing. Like your food can be mediocre, your other cocktails can be mediocre.
Do you think they're making margaritas from scratch, or are they making it?
I don't know.
It's a chain, you know?
It is a chain. Like once you grow to a certain point, it's too hard to spread. You spread yourself out too much that everything becomes muddied and mediocre. Maybe.
Yeah. Things just become microwaved at a certain point.
Exactly.
Really, they do. You know, so that's unfortunate.
Although Applebee's, their dollar cocktails.
When was the last time you went?
It's been a while. Probably since Scott was on. All right, well, we're going to take a break and we're going to make another margarita.
Can we have some, just kind of some margarita themed music?
Sure.
Nice. You're like, we're staying away again in margarita. See, I kind of like trail off in the lyrics so we don't get sued. I don't know if that works.
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll be right back.
All right, bye.
And
We're
confused.
hot sauce.
We're confused.
Confused.
I'm confused. So before we get into this drink, we were listening to some music.
Oh, no.
And we were listening to Margaritaville by Jimmy Buffett. And we're just kind of like, who likes this song?
It's the worst. And then we were both singing it.
Yeah. We're like, Margaritaville. So, and then for some reason I put on a song by Blur. And then you're like, who are these guys? And then I'm like, the people that go, woohoo! And you're just like, oh, those guys, they stole my song idea. And we've saved that conversation for you. And now we're up to date.
So, when I was young.
How young? What year was this?
I had to have been like 12 or 13.
This was early, mid-90s, late 90s?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was in a band.
Acapella.
Just like a fun basement band.
Yeah.
With my brother and our friend Dan White. and we called ourselves Men in Ties. I don't know why. We were young.
Men in tights?
Ties.
Men in ties.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know. It
What
was
kind of
one
band
our
were you?
first bands.
Like a
It was just
punky
rock
rock
So we
band?
would
Yeah.
get together and jam, right? And I would sing a lot on the drums, but then our Dan White would also sing. And we had this song, and like Dan would, sing, and we had that woohoo, that whole part, like was one of our songs.
That was like the entire thing. Pretty
And
much.
then years later, we heard that Blur song, and we're like, what?
I hate it.
We're like, what are the neighbors?
Yeah.
It's like, that's the jam.
You're like, the government's listening into our band.
It was so, like, I think there's a video somewhere.
Of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay,
I don't know.
You can't keep mentioning these videos and not posting
I really don't know if that exists. I don't know if it's a memory I have or a video I've seen.
I can't wait for many
13.
reasons to be able to hook up to your neural network.
We should have brought this up when my brother was on, because he would have gone with his just as much gusto as me. Because whenever we hear that song on the radio, we're like, ugh. Okay, so we actually have another drink here.
What?
We have another drink here.
It's right here. Mm-hmm. I made it.
Poof.
So, poof.
It appeared.
That's magic. Okay.
Okay, so what is in this, Andy? I have no idea.
So this is a pineapple chili margarita.
Interesting. So what are the ingredients?
So the ingredients are white tequila.
Mm-hmm. So that's different than the last one we had.
Yes. So we had Reposado and...
Is it gold tequila or dark tequila?
I mean, gold.
I just didn't know the actual term.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's official terms. So, I mean, this tequila calls for, it's silver tequila, right?
Okay.
So, which would be like a white tequila.
Mm-hmm.
So, another triple sec or Cointreau, pineapple juice, lime juice, Tabasco sauce. It called specifically for Tabasco sauce, and I'm not usually like a Tabasco sauce aficionado or whatever, but if it called for it, it was kind of cheap enough. It was like $2.
Yeah.
So now we got some Tabasco sauce.
So this is a legit one then, following that recipe.
I followed the recipe, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then garnished with a slice of pineapple.
When I was telling my spicy cocktail story, you were kind of grinning at me.
Yes. Look, I wanted to see if it matched up. It doesn't.
Yeah, I feel like it was more like a cayenne pepper type of drink. What is in Tabasco sauce? Cayenne pepper?
Red chili?
Red chili. Yeah, it was like, I think it was a different spice. Or maybe it was like a habanero.
What is in Tabasco? I'm not sure.
It does smell kind of spicy.
And it called for a dash of it, but I think it's like a kind of a small, small mouth bottle.
I actually looked up what a dash meant once.
It's a pretty heavy, it's
Yeah.
a good amount, right?
It's like 4 or 5 drops, I think, or something like that. It's a dash.
Oh, really? Yeah. I just do like a generous shake, like with the bitters. Mm-hmm. That's what I do. So let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, let's give it a try. Pretty good.
Okay.
I only feel the Tabasco in my throat. I didn't feel it in the taste.
So we got each like a half pineapple slice of a ring. So I did put a little bit of Tabasco on that. Mm-hmm. So it kind of just like wafts the Tabasco smell a little bit. I'd say it's pretty good though. I'm not like a thrill sort of spicy guy. I do like spicy food, but this isn't overly spicy. It's flavorful.
So I would say both the pineapple and the Tabasco.
I put some dip.
The tobacco.
Some grizzly. I'm a grizzly man. Yeah.
I would say both the pineapple and the Tabasco sauce are subtle, actually.
Yeah.
I still taste the previous margarita. It's still
prevalent. It's
lime juice, agave syrup, tequila forward.
So this didn't have as much lime juice in it.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have as much lime juice, and actually, one of the limes that I was squeezing was really firm. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm not going to just keep squeezing the heck out of that and just get kind of these just nasty flavors out of it, like unripe limes. So I kind of stopped when it gave a decent amount of resistance, and then just threw a bunch of little more agave syrup in again. Is it good? Do you like it?
It's very good.
Would you order this?
Yeah, I like this. I like the pineapple flavor.
You said it's subtle though, right?
As I'm like closing my eyes and like just focusing on it, I do taste the pineapple.
You're hearing the look, close your eyes, and you hear the seagulls. And they're eating
the ocean.
They're fighting over a bottle of Tabasco and little bits of bread. Scrap! Is that what they sound like? I don't know. It's been a bit.
I don't know.
What?
How I imagine that in my head coming out of my mouth is a lot different than it came out.
Yeah. You were kind of choked up.
I was like, I'm going to
there.
do a good seagull noise, and it was bad.
You're like, watch this.
It's like when you need your brakes changed.
Yeah.
This is really good, actually.
It's pretty flavorful. I'd say.
Yeah. And the Tabasco sauce is pretty subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like I taste the heat, like I said, in my throat and a little bit on my tongue afterwards. But I'm not really tasting the flavor of it. Are you?
I am now.
Well, Andy just bit into the garnish, which was kind of coated in Tabasco sauce a little bit.
Not terrible, but
Just a couple drops.
mm-hmm.
I don't try that.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Should we deconstruct this cocktail and take shots of Tabasco?
Yeah, sure. You first. 1, 2, 3.
Woo!
You're right, though. So I like ate the little garnish or whatever, and now I'm just kind of tasting that without the Tabascoed pineapple garnish on the nose, and it just gives like a little bit of heat, a little bit of kick at the end, and
Because I think, like the one I was saying that I had in Saratoga Springs, like the spicy margarita, it was kind of not that great because it was like way too much spice. Like that was the prevalent thing that you were tasting.
Can I tell you something? You want to know what Pepper's Tabasco sauce is made out of?
What?
A Tabasco pepper.
Oh, that makes
I wonder how many people were shouting that.
the people that aren't listening at this point in the podcast, or the people that were
they
shouting, they were turning it off.
If you ever shout stuff while you're listening to our podcast, we apologize.
And we usually figure it out by the end. Sometimes. That is good.
That's good.
So sometimes you go to a bar.
Sometimes.
There's a clip of this in like a Wayne's World when you get that like giant drink that's like the size of
in a fishbowl?
Yeah, like a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Is that like a margarita type drink?
Don't know. It's probably, you know what it is? It's probably like Everclear and fruit juice.
Really, yeah.
Is what that is.
Yeah.
You know?
Because it's a similar glass. So we're drinking out of margarita glasses, which kind of looks like an upside down sombrero or...
Nope. Try again. A little bit. Kinda. It's got a little well, and then it's kind of very generously flared out.
It's like you cut the top off of a white wine glass.
Yes.
And then put a fat thing on there.
Okay. Let's try it.
Yeah.
This would actually be, I think that would be fun to like make as a glass blower. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
like,
now that I said
fun.
that, it does. It looks like the bottom half of a white wine glass. A champagne glass?
Yeah. Champagne glass.
So the bottom half of a champagne glass that just stops abruptly, and then like a snake after it's eaten its food, it kind of
Try again.
bloats in the middle.
It looks like they like added. People know what a margarita glass looks like.
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Like when Uncle Phil gets real bloated after he has dairy and he's not supposed to eat dairy. That's what that looks like. Do you have an Uncle Phil?
No, I don't. Do you?
Oh no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
That's cool. I try to do like a neutral one that I don't actually have.
Shout out to someone's Uncle Phil.
Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince.
Oh yeah.
He passed away, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, poor guy. Mm-hmm. Well, now this drink tastes like sadness.
Much like it will when you leave.
We got a massage yesterday. Not Justin and I. My wife and I.
Yeah, Andy went with his wife to get a massage, and I was asking him how the couples massage thing works because I've never been to a couples massage.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if they were like talking to each other throughout. He said no. So what's the draw of a couples massage?
I don't know. Honestly, I mean,
You don't like hold hands?
you don't hold hands. I mean, I guess you can talk.
Wouldn't it be cool if your massage beds were like bunk beds, so you could like look down?
Do you think the massage therapist would be on stilts, or how would that work?
Maybe like I don't know.
Maybe like a rotating like rotisserie.
Yeah, maybe one's on stilts, and then the bottom one, she could be strapped so that your heads like you're looking at each other.
Oh, okay.
And then she's getting massaged from underneath.
Super weird.
And then you no.
I don't know. Maybe like a massage in space where that could work out.
Mirrors would probably be the better choice than
Mirrors,
bunk
yeah,
beds.
probably mirrors, yeah. Oh yeah, dude, I think you're onto something.
Yeah,
I think you're on something.
because then you could see
You're on something.
Yeah, it's margarita.
But like, no one wants to be getting massaged like laying face down and being like just like face like stretched.
That's the one I love. I know that face anywhere.
Give me an air smoochie, and then you're like, it's like pulled apart, but you're like. I would say like you've heard someone, obviously you're listening to me like talking about getting a massage, and you're like, oh, that must have been great, right? Mm-hmm. it's good to like both get a massage at the same time and then both get out and go, that was great. And the other person's like, yeah, that was great. Right? Like you both are just like feeling super chill at the same time. Yeah. So I think that's like the benefit.
Yeah, because you kind of go in at the same time and leave at the same time instead of you are separate times and you get out before she does or she gets out before you do.
Or like different days, you know?
And different days and then like...
It's like you're syncing up your relaxedness.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's cool. I love a good glass so when you get near the end, the top of it's like hitting your forehead.
What? Your forehead?
Yeah.
So an old wide brim.
A big wide brimmed glass. So I can taste the tobacco on my lips.
Tobacco, huh?
I said Tabasco, didn't I?
No.
Rewind. So I can taste the tobacco on my lips. I can taste it. I can taste it. I can taste it.
Tobacco.
I can taste the Tabasco
Nice.
on my lips. Like lick your lips.
I'm lipping my lips right now. I don't know. No. I can't taste it on my lips. I'm sorry.
I can taste it on my lips.
What?
The Tabasco sauce. That's a tough word to say.
Especially when you're 2 margaritas in.
That is good. It has similar color than the last one, just a little bit more yellow.
Yeah, so I mean, I think when you add the Tabasco sauce, you're thinking it's going to like be impactful. Nope. It just kind of went into the abyss.
You're only adding a couple drops.
Right.
Oh, I think you were adding like half an ounce or something like that. It would definitely make it more orange or something.
But probably not even that much.
Really?
I don't think so. We'll be right back. We're gonna try. No, I'm kidding. We're not doing that. I want to survive this weekend.
So, anything fun this weekend?
No.
No.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
Cleaning the house. What about you?
I'm going out for my birthday.
I know. Way to invite me. I'm kidding. Everyone, for the record, he invited me.
Yeah, so I'm going on a bar crawl of sorts. So,
where?
We'll see. Where? Well, I've decided this year to try to do it at the mall. We'll see. There's a bunch of bars that are open till like 2 a.m. at the mall, so including Margaritaville.
I was just about to say that.
So maybe I should order a margarita there just for the pod.
Please report on how bad it is.
Yeah.
So, if it's bad, I mean, look, I hope it's good, right? Like, if that's like your new place to go get a margarita, like, that's fantastic. But
I don't think it is.
Kind of think it's gonna be bad.
So Katie is a big margarita person.
Oh, really?
And I think she has I think my knowledge of Margaritaville's mediocre margaritas is from Katie. That was hard to say. Margaritaville's mediocre margaritas.
Do you think that's their tagline?
Hi, welcome to Margaritaville's mediocre margaritas.
Yeah. You can just get whatever.
They're meh.
Yeah. We've got a margarita.
2 for 1 margaritas.
Yeah. Or if you want to upgrade, we've got the sortagarita. That's fine. Actually, no, that's not fine. That's right next to the fine garita.
And if you pay extra, we'll actually give you a goodarita. Goodarita?
I don't even think they would sell it at the mediocre Margaritaville.
No, that's true. Yeah, so we'll see. So usually on my birthday, it's kind of cold out. And last year we were like downtown Syracuse, bar hopping. And it was just like every time you jump to the next place and it's like 25 degrees out, it's like...
Makes you want to get into the next bar.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It kind of keeps you on a tight...
And usually, so if you bar crawl in the summer, there's a lot of people outside. And so it's not as packed inside because at least even at Al's you can take your drink outside, which I don't know how they do that, but you can take your like nice glass of whiskey outside.
Do they have like a small little outdoor patio?
It's like a rope.
Oh, okay.
Like
that's
a corner, fine. But you can still be like on the...
They probably own up to a certain... You don't have to be
in that spot. But there's more people outside. But when you're in the cold weather and it's like 30 degrees, not only is it cold from bar to bar, but then when you're inside, it's like packed.
And everyone's got coats on, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just gets kind of...
Yeah, so this year I was like, you know what? Why not try bar hopping at the mall? It seems so, like, ghetto and sketchy. But we've got a nice grouping of bars, and they're all open till like 2 a.m., so...
Name some of those bars.
World of Beer, it's a good place to go.
Yeah, it is.
One of those places is Margaritaville. And TGI Fridays is open till 2 a.m.
You are going to have a blast.
Cantino Laredo, they've got a pretty cool bar.
They have ceviche. Have you ever had ceviche?
No.
You should have some ceviche.
Ceviche at Cantino Laredo?
Yeah. Ceviche is basically fish that is cooked in lime juice.
Fish? Oh, so you're talking about food?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were talking about a drink. And then when you started saying fish, I was like, what kind of liqueur is
fish
this?
Fish juice. It's a fisherita.
Take a fish, put it in a blender.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No.
And then distill it. Distilled fish?
I am willing to bet someone has distilled fish. in some form, right? But ceviche is fantastic. I mean, if you guys have that, like if you guys are doing like margaritas, have like a little ceviche as an appetizer. It's good stuff. You should try it. So you finished the Nielsen survey, huh?
I did. I filled it all out, got it packed up. They've called me 3 times in the last day. I played Andy one of the messages, and the guy seemed like he had done it like 1,000 times. He was just like
He sounded like he was very dead inside.
Yeah.
They could have actually had a robot do it, and it would have been more charismatic, I think.
Yeah.
Have you ever worked at a call center?
No.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Sounds horrible.
Shout out to my buddy Mike who got me that job.
Mike at the call center.
Well, Mike didn't work there, but his dad did.
Mike's dad at the call center.
What's up, Tom? What up?
Tommy C. Tommy calls.
Tommy calls. Well, you want to wrap it up? Which was your favorite drink?
It's a tough one because I feel like they were pretty similar in taste, other than like a little hint of a pineapple and a spice. I would say the second one then. Like I really liked the first one. I'm not saying it was a worse drink.
Yeah.
But if I'm ordering a margarita, it was nice to have like a little bit more of an exotic pineapple, a little bit of a spice.
And I wanted to add a little bit extra, but I didn't want to go just
Crazy.
right?
Because when we've gone crazy before, sometimes it's like a gross drink.
And sometimes it really detracts from like just the base of sort of what there was like a chocolate margarita. It was like
It's not. So there's so many margaritas out there. And I think the margaritas that are best are the ones that only add a little bit to the original recipe.
Yep.
And this one tasted like that. Like I could still taste the original lime juice, agave syrup type thing, but then there was like a little hint of pineapple and there was a little bit of a spice.
Yeah, it was a subtle addition. Little changes, right?
Yeah. So that spicy one that I had in Saratoga Springs was way too much.
Was it just like a Bloody Mary at that point?
Kind of. Like I think the color was like darker like that, and it was just like spicy. It was like drinking like kind of like peppery, spicy tequila. It was just kind of gross.
It's just too much.
I think they won an award for it though, which is one of the reasons I'm like, oh, I'll try this one.
You were like looking at it, you're like, ugh, fashion.
Yeah.
Fashion. You ever see like, like Fashion Week or whatever in Paris? You're like,
yeah.
What in the hell are they wearing?
It's just zippers and pockets.
It's like art in its truest form. And it's like, okay, that's not what I think of when I think of a model, I guess.
Yeah. So which one was your favorite?
Honestly, I got to say probably just the classic.
Really?
Yeah. The second one was good. I feel like it had the sweetness, it had the tequila, it had the saltiness, it had the spice. I feel like it needed, as weird as it sounds, like a certain savoriness to it that it lacked.
Yeah, because you had all the spice and tartness. So maybe a sugar brim.
No. Savory, like meaning, I guess like
salty.
No, almost like a not meaty, but maybe
garnish
meaty.
with some salami.
Yeah, some salami garnish. Or even like
I honestly would have added, if I did it again, tried a little bit more spice.
Yeah.
Like a little bit more Tabasco sauce to try to bring out the flavor. Because I didn't really taste the flavor. I just tasted a little bit of like
the heat. Yeah, the kick.
So maybe if you like tasted it a little bit more, it might be better.
So definitely more heat.
So you're trying to balance out the heat and the pineapple sweetness with something savory?
Yeah, something savory. I almost think I might have to like just go sniffing in the spice rack. I think that might do it justice next time. But you like the second one better, huh?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Cool.
It just added a little bit of
jazzy pizzazz.
Jazz to the first one. Maybe a little bit of exotic pizzazz.
And so it did something all right.
We did margaritas.
There we go. The non-exhaustive list of margaritas. There's tons of margaritas. Just
we can
make
do them
sure.
Again.
Yeah. And when in doubt, if you make the classic margarita and it's just too sour, doesn't have enough sweetness, don't scrap it. Just add a little bit of sugar.
Yeah,
honestly.
Just add a little sugar. Or open up your fridge or your spice rack, and I'm sure there's something that you can make.
Just
sniff away.
Sniff
like
around.
An old hound dog.
Yeah. So if you have a favorite margarita recipe, let us know.
Yeah.
I'm more than happy to revisit this.
Yeah, let us know your favorite margarita.
Yeah.
Call us.
At
315-313-5456.
That's 315-313-5456. 5456.
And tell us your favorite margarita. Or your favorite margarita story. Have you ever had too many margaritas? Have you ever been to a 3-for-1 margarita? Well, thanks for listening, and we appreciate it, and we like when you comment and get a hold of us and tell us things, because we like to interact with our community. So, private message us, comment. We'll comment back. And
You know we will.
yeah.
And we miss you all the days you're not listening.
And if you have a time machine and you missed the bar crawl at the mall with me on my birthday, hop in that time machine and come to my birthday party.
And if you missed the bar crawl and you made a time machine specifically so you could make that bar crawl, it seems a little weird. But let us know in the future because that'd be kind of cool. We'd be like, and call it like the snack
machine. I don't know.
Snack back in time.
Snack to the future.
Okay. Yeah. Ooh, that's a good episode where we try future food.
Future food. We go to the future when we try old food, which is like right now.
So we basically just try all the stuff that's rotting in your fridge. Okay.
All right. Thanks for listening today. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And you can find this episode and others like it on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube. And you can go to our website at www.snackdownpod.com. And if you forgot already, you can call us at 315-313-5456.
Snack you later.
Is there any margarita thing we can do? That's fine.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for listening.